Okay, this is 18, 16, 14, 12, 10. Why, good morning. I'm coming to you super wide today. Today we're playing around with the 10 to 18 millimeter 2.8 lens by Sigma, and look how ridiculously wide this is. I think we're gonna have a good time because shooting wide is one of my favorite ways to shoot. And 18 millimeters is a pretty normal-ish, it's still wide, but you can actually use it for street photography and travel. But the 10 is where it's at. So most of my images, I'm gonna really try to, play with this 10 millimeter. Anyway, let's go. We gotta get a boat. Okay, taking a quick look at the lens here. It is nicely constructed, just like most Sigma lenses. If you go from 10, that actually will zoom the lens out, and 18 will bring it back in. There's also a focus wheel here, and we have our lens cap. This is what the front element looks like. You see that little C there? That's for the contemporary line. This lens is made in Japan, and here it tells you the minimum focus distance, which is pretty nice. It gives you like information right on the lens. The thread size is 67 millimeter, which is actually pretty common for most lenses that you film video with. So that's actually pretty helpful. The one thing that's strange after years of learning how to, put a lens hood on quickly like this, we now have a new way to put lens hoods on. I don't know why, but you have to line up these two little, and then you just push, and then to take it off you twist. So that's just, I don't know why. Now the real question is, could you put the lens hood on without looking? Like when you grab your lens hood without looking, you go round and round. Will you feel it? Like if you're opening a safe? Yes, you will. Okay, the other knock on this lens is that it doesn't have an aperture ring. But in all honesty, when I'm out shooting, I pretty much park my aperture on a certain aperture and pretty much leave it. So if you're that kind of shooter, then that's not such a big deal. It is more convenient, of course, if all of a sudden it's bright and you want to turn the aperture wheel. That's a lot quicker, a lot easier. But if you're like me and you walk around and you sort of set your aperture like I did to 5.6 because it was sunny out, and just leave it there, and no problems. Metal mount on the back, and there is a little rubber gasket here. You can see on the edge to actually give it a little bit of weather sealing as well. To compare sizes, this is what it looks like next to the 35mm f2 WR from Fujifilm, And this is what it looks like next to the 18 to 55. Let me take off the lens hood. And these two were actually fun to walk around with. So we got our 10 to 18. And then when I was walking around and I needed a little bit more reach, I love the 18 to 55. And if I was going to shoot a little bit of video, this lens has image stabilization. You can turn that on. And so these two are a nice pair to have for travel. Okay, damn, New York is so loud. Okay, here's what the lens looks like on the Fujifilm XT20 or XT30, just to show you that throw there. That's pretty much it. This also is comparable to the XS20, which is about the same size as this, just maybe a little beefier here, but a great size for vlogging, video. This is what it looks like on the XT20. Here's what it looks like on one of the XE cameras. If you have an XE camera, this is the XE2. Feels very nice there. Pretty good. XE 10 to 18. Here's what it looks like on one of the bigger cameras, XT3, XT2, XT4. So again, small, light, super wide, very nice. And for you pros out there, this is what it looks like on the X Pro 2 Graphite Edition. Feels nice on there, very light as well. Very, very nice and balanced on the X Pro bodies as well. So remember, you have 18 and 10.